been a minute, but we are here. I am Ema. This is
And
my husband.
I am Marcus, darling. How are you doing today?
This is Mark. Good. Glad that we could hop on to have a little chit chat.
What's on the docket today?
On the docket today, I want to talk about sex.
What about sex?
So, in this world of, or I should say in this age of social media and doing things for clicks and for shock value and for relatability, there's been like a lot of posts and videos about like women not wanting to have sex with their husbands or their spouses, I should say. And it really bothers me, if I'm quite honest, when I see it.
Give the audience exactly. Give them an example.
Okay, so one example, I saw I think it was a Reels on Instagram, and the caption was kind of like this is me after I've like been telling my husband all day the things I'm gonna do to him. And you hear his like footsteps coming up the stairs, and you see the woman like hiding under the sheets and pretending like she's asleep. And, you know, it's supposed to be funny, I guess. But in the comment section, a lot of women are relating like, oh girl, I do that too. Or yes, it's like, is there any other way? And it's like, that's like not healthy. It's not funny. To me, it's not funny because I really value marriage. I value the vows that we took. I love my husband. Like, I'm not hiding from him. I'm never hiding from him. Like, I'm never, when it becomes time for sex, like, oh, let me pretend like I got a headache, or let me roll over.
I mean, the person that did the Reels is probably just doing content, but
right.
Why do you think...
And I don't know her personally.
Why do you think some of the women in the comments say, like, what mindset is a woman in where she would literally be fully awake, but if her husband wants something, like, would fake sleep?
The sex isn't good.
Yeah.
He doesn't make her feel good. She's, you know, and I hear this a lot from moms, especially with small children, like they're touched out. So if your children have been touching you all day and needing you and stuff, by the end of the night, you don't want to be touched. I have been there, you know, but like sex is still priority for us. Like, I don't care. Like, we could be super tired. And 9 times out of 10, we gonna find a way.
I think if anything, when it comes to super tired, you're probably more willing to. I don't say willing to, but you're probably more likely to, you know, you'll conquer the sleepiness.
Yeah, and I think, you know, this the conversations that are happening online are like that men, like, we're giving sex to our men, and it's like, no, like, it's a mutual thing, because I see it literally so much. Especially there's another influencer I follow on Instagram, and she does these confessions, like, where people DM what they want to confess, and she shares it, and then she kind of does like a poll, you know, like, can you relate, can you not relate? And a lot of them are like surrounded by sex, and like people saying that they don't like having sex with their husband, or that they've never had an orgasm with their husband, or they just like fake sleep when it's time to do it. And I'm just like, what is going on here? Because sitting those and here's my issue is, those could be issues excuse me, but my issue is people glorifying these things and making making these funny reels and TikToks, like, like, I don't like having sex with my man, and it's like, that's toxic. Like, that should not be the message.
Do you think that that happens more with married couples versus like boyfriend girlfriend couples?
Maybe.
Like, could it be like married couples with kids, or is it just married couples with no kids?
It's probably married couple with kids, because kids change the dynamic of your relationship, period. Then you add in like work and whole pandemic, and yes, like you have to work extra hard to keep that fire between two people.
Yeah, it could be a combination of a lot of things. Like I know you said about the sex not being good.
It could be medical
Yeah, but I think
too.
that,
Like, don't want to discredit anybody there.
I think that like the sex could be therapeutic to all the excuses that you could have why you don't want to have sex.
Right.
Like that should be the draw for to, hey, after all you've been through all day,
right. This is a
you about to get your backbone out. And then hit them with the draw for.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't agree with glorifying this notion of we gotta give the man sex. Like, women want sex too. Women want intimacy. Women want to be touched. Women want to be hugged, kissed, loved. And there's not enough people saying that out loud. Like, there's not. So I'm gonna say it. I like to be touched. I like to be loved. I love my husband. Like, when we come together, like, we're doing what God intended to be done in marriage, first of all. So we're glorifying him anyway. And it's beautiful. Like, why wouldn't you want that part of your relationship to thrive? Now, I'm not saying, and there are seasons, because when we first got married, we became parents, like, almost immediately, because I went into preterm labor, had Jackson at 22 weeks. So we didn't really get that like honeymoon period, and being able to, just like, I don't know what they say, like run around the house naked and, just swing from chandeliers and stuff. Yeah.
I'm gonna get naked.
But I'm just
saying I'm gonna do.
But I'm just saying, like, we didn't have that, so we kind of had to become parents and husband and wife, like, simultaneously. But pre-kids, the fire was super real. Would you say?
It was a lot of arson going on.
It was cracking.
A lot of flames and volcanoes and all that.
And there have been times
all the furniture that didn't make it.
Yeah, what can I say? We like to have fun. We like to party. Hey.
But no, I think
there's been seasons.
When you were talking about like, you gotta do this, but you better make sure you sent me something. It was like I don't know if it was a post, but it was like you need to be ready to drop it like it's hot for your man all the time.
Oh yes, I saw that.
I think that does kind of like,
it's like a negative connotation, right?
Yeah, a little bit. So it kind of makes it seem like the woman doesn't have any needs,
right?
And just like you just have to
for the man
do all this for your man and be ready. And I mean, some men probably don't care, but you should be reciprocal,
right? Like you should be in a partnership. It's about fulfilling each other's needs and desires. So it's not just, let me lay down here and give him some sex. It's not giving him sex. Right. You're not giving him, like, it's a mutual giving and taking. And it should be okay. Now, like I said, there are seasons because, when your kids are smaller, you might be more tired if you're waking up in the middle of the night to, nurse a newborn baby, and, your husband got to get up at 6 and then you got to get up and do, we get it. Like, I get it.
There are
seasons, been there.
And maybe in those times, especially like when you have new children, maybe in those times it might be slightly I know we haven't done anything. Right. Let me muster up some energy to be able to. But I know at least for me, like, you still kind of like, you get it, you should get it. Right. Like, that it is a season, and especially like in our situation where Jackson was born, early,
right,
where it's like it's just seasons. Like, it might be 2-3 days where you're so locked into parenthood and making sure your baby's okay. Like I said, in our situation where, that might be the last thing from your mind.
Right.
But, it's just, I think it's just understanding, just period.
Understanding, communicating where you are in your head, emotionally, physically, and if it's not gelling, talk to somebody. Like, it's okay to pray and talk to a therapist, a counselor. Like, we have told you guys before, we've done couples counseling, and it's been very beneficial to our marriage and our relationship. Like, because we're married, we're parents, excuse me, we're business partners, and we're friends. Like, he's my bestie. So, I mean, we have all these relationship branches
we got branches
that we need to know how to, like, make it all come together.
Yeah.
So I'm not bashing anybody who, might not be feeling super attractive right now or in the mood to, be intimate with their spouse, but more so, like, let's share positive messages about what it looks like when you really do enjoy your spouse in the bedroom, outside of the bedroom. Like, I mean, I've seen the content where it's like, oh, he's talking to me. I don't, like, that's not funny. Like,
that's how y'all do it.
Like, stop doing that. And if you don't like your spouse, just say that. Like, just say that. Like, instead of trying to get a cheerleading squad over here to expose their hidden truths or whatever.
We have feelings too.
Yeah, like, we genuinely like each other. Do we always, like, we're not perfect, but, like, for the majority of the time, like, we're cool. You know what I'm saying? So I try to, in my own social media platforms, like, display, like, hey, marriage is cool, marriage is great, like, we like each other, all that kind of stuff. And I think that more people should express those emotions. And, I mean, get it. There, like I said, there's seasons, there's hard times, like, there might be some underlying things why a woman might not want to engage in sexual activity with her husband. But deal with it. Like, don't just...
Right. Because I was going to say, sometimes it's just disagreements.
Right.
Arguments, but, you have to learn how to work through all those things.
Yeah. Yeah. And it might, you might get in a disagreement and then you might not want to be having sex that night. And that's fine. But, like, don't let it go 2 weeks and 2 months and 6 months and oh my gosh. No.
Yeah, 6 months is crazy.
No. I don't think we've ever gone like not 6 months.
We've had I think, like I said, when Jackson was was born. The
trauma surrounding that.
Obviously, anytime a baby's born, they tell you to wait 6 weeks.
So right. And some people don't.
At least we've had 6 week stretches, 6 weeks where we ain't did nothing. But,
right. Yeah, like, because you're healing. For me, I had C-sections with both of the kids, so I was not ready at 6 weeks. I was like, oh my God, like,
Yeah, but I can't even imagine, like, a situation where it's just like, it's been a month. It's been 2 months. We haven't. Right. It's like, are y'all going to bed together? Like,
where's the connect? And then it's never a situation where he's, like, pushing up on me and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
I'm like faking. No, stop doing that, y'all. Stop doing that.
What she said.
Love your husband.
Love him. I mean, love.
And like I said, women want to get it too. So, I mean,
where my hug at?
And I know that some women have, like, low libido after kids. For me, I didn't experience that. I feel like mine ramped up after I had, well, maybe not Jackson, because there was a lot going on traumatically. Like, it was crazy. But with Cameron, I think I was more intentional on, like, my postpartum care and, like, knowing my body a little bit more and body after kids. So I think at the 6 weeks, I think I was like and I was breastfeeding. So my hormones were, like, kind of ramping up. Like, I did want to have sex, but I was also, like, kind of, I was still healing from that scar, like, from the incision. So I wasn't, I was kind of weird. I remember talking to my OB at the 6-week appointment, like, yeah, we haven't done anything yet. And she's like, okay, well, it's going to come naturally. Just give it time. Like, don't force it. And there are men who I've seen stories, like, their husbands are, like, forcing it. Like, hey, 6 weeks, let's go. And it's like, chill, bro. Like, let her kind of lead the way, but y'all talk about it together. Because I think some women are married to men who are like that, who are, like, always, like, kind of, like, you know, knocking at the door. Now, you push up on me, but it's not in, like, a perverted way. Where
I think with that situation, like, I think I just respected just the female body.
Yeah.
It's like, like, just having that, like, respect for you.
Yeah.
Just, like...
Now, because there are, like, I guess we need to say, there are some men who testosterone level is high, and they probably want sex all the time.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do in those situations where the woman's sex drive is not so high?
I mean, there's a lot of, like, different things. Like I said, in those situations, it could be the woman that might have to muster up a certain energy or whatever. But I think at the end of the day, it's not going to last forever.
Right, and maybe meet in the middle too. Right? So if he wants,
not even. Because I'm about to curse. But I don't know. It's just me. But we ain't gotta meet in the middle. Like I'll meet you on your end because, like I said, it's not gonna be forever. And like you should want your woman. Like you shouldn't want to have intercourse with your woman if she ain't ready. Right. You know what I mean? Like, you should want her to be...
Well, I mean, meet in the middle of, like, let's say the guy is like, we need to have sex every day, 7 days a week, and the girl's like...
Well, wow. After a baby?
No, let's take baby out of the picture.
Okay.
Let's just say, like, you have 2 small children, and both of you work, you know, and he's like... I think it's the approach, too, because there are some men who are, like, 7 days a week, or, you know, and then the woman's like, once a week.
That don't even sound... No, wait. Once a week?
Yeah, there are women like that, babe. Not us, but there's
That's a disaster. If you got a woman like that and a man like that, then it's going to be a problem.
So they should seek counseling, maybe. Talk it out.
Yeah.
And then, too, I think...
Because those are, like, opposite ends of the spectrum.
Opposite. And I think, like, having a conversation, communicating with your spouse. Like, babe... You know, because it could be like a babe... You know, I really do want to, but like, I'm just so spent. I'm so tired at the end of the day. So it's like kind of coming together to figure out
communication for sure.
What you can do. Like maybe he can, you know, pick up the kids from school to like just take something off of her plate.
Because then there's going to be times when it's vice versa too.
Right.
Where it's like the guy is exhausted and tired and drained from a long day, and the woman.
And what we learned from our marriage counselors is the women's libido and stuff goes up. Like as they get older and the guys goes down. I'm like in my prime 30s, I guess you could say. So I am vibrant and I be tired, but I still be like having hots for my husband, which is fine. Yeah. And so we've had to have those conversations where it's kind of like, okay, so, you know, how do we give each other the best? Like when we're tired, you know, because it's like when our kids, like we go through that witching hour. Especially now, like our son's at school all day and, you know, he gets home and then we have the little one at home with us all day. So around like 4-ish, no, like 5. After that, it's just like...
It's lit over here.
It's lit, okay? And...
It's the spot.
And we try to get them down by 8:30, but we try, like, to make plans and work as a team. So, like, if I'm giving baths, he might be cleaning up.
Right.
Or if I'm cooking, he'll give the baths. Just so that we can, like, work as a team, get the kids down... And then we can, like, take a breather to do whatever else we want to do. And then we have energy for each other.
Our nightly goals is to see how fast we can get to our alone time. Like,
right.
How fast can we get there?
Right.
And That's the goal.
Yeah, and we work together literally. Like he don't just let me be doing all the things like giving the bath, cooking the dinner, going to the grocery store. Like we literally we tag team. So like I said, I think he went to the store the other night, and I gave the kids a bath, got them ready. I fixed dinner, and then he handled like kind of like the night routine, and then they were in bed. And we had a moment to, because like you don't necessarily always want to have sex, but just want to sit down and have an uninterrupted conversation or watch something.
Without saying stop,
get down. No, don't touch that. Oh my gosh, stop. Like, because that's real life over here. So I think ultimately, to sum it up, communicate with your partner, let them know what you need, ask them what they need. If y'all can't come together on your own, seek professional help. It's totally fine. Totally fine. Anything else you want to add?
It's communication.
And don't look at it as a chore. Look at it as something that is further connecting you with your spouse. Yeah. A way to share y'all's love. A way to please them and them please you. It's not a chore. Sex should not be a chore. Okay? And if it is, do something about it. Don't just be on the internet spewing negative energy. Okay?
And leave a comment. Tell us your thoughts in the comments, and let's see if it's just us.
Let's get a dialogue going.
Yeah, let's get a dialogue going.
You know, let us know your thoughts. So thank you again for watching our video. Make sure that you comment, like, and subscribe so that you know when we're putting out more stuff, because we got a lot to talk about.
We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah. So until next time, we'll chat with y'all later. Peace.